Headlines burning, chaos on the feed. Woke mob shouting what we're allowed to read. Aliens landing while the pundits cry. Hollywood melting while the markets fly. Anthony! The conqueror!
Hello, next episode I am doing the Loch Ness Monster. For any context, I was born in England, but I grew up since 2 to 8 years old, 9 years old, in Fort William, Scotland, which is about 20 minutes, half an hour down the road from Loch Ness. Now, the strange thing about it is I can't honestly sit here and say that the hundreds of times that we've driven past it that I've seen anything substantial. However, my grandmother, who grew up her whole life in this area, said she saw it several times. Now, I know we always have crazy grandmother that claims that they saw things. She never claimed to see UFOs, ghosts. She was a very religious person. She did a lot of charity work. She was the head of the Deaf People's Association in Scotland. And she claimed to see it several times. So whether she actually saw the Loch Ness Monster or something else, she definitely saw something. She never lied about these types of things. So it always kept my curiosity about it. So I thought we'd just have a look at this. Ellie Marie TV. Please go ahead, like and subscribe. Saw this short video. I thought we'd watch it together and see if there's any news on it. Apparently this is quite recent, as of 2025, so it's about 3-4 months old, the video. Which is, I always try to look at recent things. So let's have a look.
Days ago, one of the most convincing sightings of the Loch Ness Monster was captured right behind me. Experts still can't explain what it was, so this weekend they're conducting a major search of the loch using advanced technology.
From sonar scanners to night vision cameras, and tonight we'll even be trying to catch the monster with a baited trap.
So let's try and prove, once and for all, if Nessie's really out here.
Before I join the experts on their hunt.
Thing is, I've seen so many, over the past sort of 15-20 years, I've seen dozens of documentaries where people do the same thing. They go up and down, they scan it, they find a big something on the sonar. I've not even seen this video yet, but I can imagine what's coming, and they go, oh, it must be Loch Ness Monster. I mean, it can't be the fact that it could be an orca that's got in there somehow, or a school of fish, or what do they call it, a pod of dolphins. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not to downplay it, but it's the same tactics used all the time. What I want to see is actually someone who's just like camping by the side of Loch Ness for like 6 months, and they do a vlog about it, and they actually look, because Loch Ness is deep, so even when you use the sonar, it claims it can hit the bottom, but not always. Who knows?
To capture Nessie. First we'll be speaking to the skipper who caught this groundbreaking new sighting on his boat's sonar scanner that detects objects under the water.
My name's Sean. I've been working here on Loch Ness for the last 10 years. Made international news with the last sonar sighting that we had. If they say there's a long net plesiosaur that should have been extinct 66 million years ago, what does that look like?
And how big is this thing?
Almost as big as the boat.
Wow. Is this the only contact and anomaly you've had on these sonars?
I've got over 200 of them.
So before Sean shows us the rest of his sightings, one he captured as recent as 3 days ago,
They said to us that it's probably a large shark or a small whale. We're in the middle of Loch Ness.
it was time to meet up with the experts who have come out here to hunt for Nessie after
Okay, shark, maybe not, but whales, we have seen whales get trapped in lochs in Norway, Sweden, Scotland. It's happened before.
Sean's
Dolphins
sightings.
too.
Alan,
Hello again, you right?
you're the leader of the hunts, Loch Ness exploration. Can you tell me a bit about what is happening today, who's out here, and how we're going to be searching for Nessie?
We get our team to come up and other volunteers where we conduct surface watches. We've got beta camera traps for the first time tonight, which is going to be really quite exciting.
Oh, okay.
So we headed on a boat with Alan to begin the hunt using his technology.
My goal is to get the next sighting. So I'm hoping when we go out now on this boat, we're going to find something. Look at it, man. Look how big this loch is. We have deep scanning sonars searching underneath us right now.
beautiful,
Bigger fish that are more dense start to show up with these darker colours of red. So what we're looking for is this little white, very light blue croissant-shaped creature.
Many people believe Nessie is a dinosaur that survived extinction, but there could be more logical explanations for what this creature potentially is.
So this is literally an underwater.
I always thought perhaps it's like manatees, although perhaps too cold, or orcas. Something along those lines, you know, like when you look at an orca's fin when it's bent over, or manatees when, okay, they tend to go in hotter water, but still if they're trapped somehow, or just a load of dolphins in some sort of formation could do it.
A microphone.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's like the weirdest thing you've heard on this?
The last time we were at Urquhart Castle at night time, we heard it almost sounded like as if someone was weeping. We later found out that it was an otter.
Oh wow.
It was really quite cute.
And it was time to lower the hydrophone underwater in the hopes of capturing some more bizarre sounds.
So what kind of sound are you trying to listen out for?
Anything and everything, Ellie.
Yeah?
Wildlife's the way forward.
Yeah.
Wildlife, the noises that they make is the best thing. You really want to do it at night time when
Yeah.
there's no boat traffic at all.
And despite not hearing
It's always
anything on the
nighttime, just to make it
hydrophone yet,
dramatic.
later during our night hunt we capture a very bizarre noise.
What was that?
And as we headed back to shore, our skipper Steve had a story of his own to share.
So 6 years ago you had a sighting of your own?
Yeah, I was driving a speedboat down from the north end of the loch and I kept watching this wave and two black humps appeared before we got closer and closer to each other and they disappeared.
Oh wow.
The scientists believe that it's currently a gigantic eel.
Why do you think we still don't have any concrete evidence of what Nessie is yet?
I think
Be a
it
big
probably
eel.
is nocturnal, or it comes out very early in the morning. With the length at 23 miles long, it's almost 2 miles wide, and it's 2.5 times deeper than the average depth of the North Sea. So it is a massive place for something to hide.
There's a lot of theories about what creature Nessie could actually be, and scientists even did a DNA test on the loch and found that 20% comes from eels. But they're not the only creepy creatures known to be living in this loch that people could be seeing.
This is the lamprey.
Oh my god.
Horrible.
So what we're looking at there is a 320 million year old prehistoric creature. For us, if they're the first one to you, they go for your head to try to get to your brain to disable you. Your tongue, your teeth are after your eyes, suck out your brain.
And that thing's down there?
Oh, there's hundreds of them, thousands of them, perhaps.
Oh my god.
But none of these terrifying creatures match the size and shape of Sean's sonar contact. And if I want to prove Nessie's really out here, I'm going to stay out hunting all through the night using Alan's baited camera trap and night vision technology until we find out what this creature really is.
The volunteers.
I think that lamprey thing is more bloody scary than the Loch Ness Monster. But it is a bit exaggerated because I know for a fact that one of our kings used to have a pie made out of those things, those lampreys, in medieval times. So obviously they're not as deadly as they make out. Otherwise it'd be all over news. Could you imagine on the Sun, man dies from lamprey brain sucking whilst on holiday?
Basically all scattered around the loch and are watching the surface. And our friend Michael we met 2 years ago was already out on the loch in the exact same spot he was. So we're gonna go pay him a visit first.
I actually filmed the video in Loch Ness in 2023 and made friends with some of the volunteers out here.
So I'm hoping he's had a sighting, or at least will do today. Michael,
Hello Ellie, you alright?
it's been a couple of years, man. Have you been coming out here since?
I've been coming here 12 times a year.
12 times?
12 times, I'm still looking for Nessie.
Have you had any sightings?
I was looking, I could just see it bobbing up and down like that. And I got my binoculars and I got focused on it. And as it came closer to the shore, I found it was a log.
Oh no.
So
At
disappointed.
least he's honest.
What will Nessie do to them if they don't subscribe?
Eat them.
There you go, you heard it here from
Nessie's gonna
Michael.
eat you if you don't subscribe to Ellie TV.
You're going to be here all day, right,
All
Michael?
day, I'll be here all day. Come
Okay.
back and see us later on.
I'll be expecting a story.
Michael isn't the only person to mistake something normal as being Nessie.
It's
There's
gotta be
been
more
over
interesting than
1,000
train spotting,
reports since
surely.
1996, and people aren't convinced all these photos are a monster. So I want to try and disprove any sightings that may be misleading. That way we know exactly what we're looking for when we head out at night.
What Sean captured was the underwater sonar scanners, but the majority of Loch Ness reports come from surface sightings. I'm a bit more skeptical of the surface sightings, like they sure do look unusual, but I think people just misidentifying normal things. For example, logs. There's a lot of trees and woodland around the loch. So I'm going to actually try and prove this theory by dragging one of the logs over there out into the water in a minute and just letting you decide if it looks a bit like Nessie. I don't know if I'm going to be able to lift this. Oh, look at me!
Make sure you check out my friend Groovy Gavin's video we filmed together in Loch Ness too. I wanted to try our experiment again with a much bigger log.
As I'm getting in this water, all I can think about is that weird prehistoric creature that Sean said actually has been proven lives in here. The lamprey thing or whatever it was with the... that sucks your eyes out. Hope I don't see one of those in here.
Doesn't.
It's getting a bit windy out here, guys. Oh, there's someone on my legs! Oh, someone just wrapped around my legs. I don't like it. You guys decide for yourselves whether you think some of these sightings are getting misidentified as Nessie or not. Oh, someone's on my legs! If it was another 100 metres out, I could easily see someone looking at it and being like, wow, what's that weird thing out in the distance with a hump and a neck? I don't think all these surface sightings are some crazy monster.
And although this could explain some of the sightings of Nessie, it still doesn't explain Sean's evidence.
It's always good that when they're trying to debunk it, I always encourage that. Because the process of elimination, isn't it?
Captured deep down on the sonar, and his most recent contact was only 3 days ago.
That was on the 28th of, what was it, this month? So we sent that to Rain Marine that make the sonar. They said to us that, don't worry, it's probably a large shark or a small whale. We're in the middle of Loch Ness, in fresh water in the middle of a mountain range. We haven't heard of any sharks or whales in the loch, but there's meant to be a dinosaur. The sonar doesn't believe in anything, doesn't drink whiskey, it doesn't know what it is, it's just done its job, it's found something down there, and that's what drives people to keep searching. The question really is now, is not, is there a Loch Ness Monster? It's, what is the Loch Ness Monster?
Yeah, fair enough.
That's why I'm going to be staying
That's the ultimate question. People are not disputing there's something there, it's a matter of what is there.
out all night with Alan's team using infrared cameras, the underwater microphone and his baited camera trap to try and lure Nessie in and prove once and for all what creature is really lurking down there.
Michael,
Yes, Ali.
it's the night time.
It's the night.
It's spooky.
It's very dark.
And we're about to go meet the rest of the hunters down at their campsite.
Ready
Good
with
luck,
the
Michael.
Red Bull to keep us awake all night.
Michael, you're crazy, man. You're determined to find Nessie.
Daylight, darkness.
You're
The
here.
majority of the hunters have been camped out this entire weekend because they are convinced that the Loch Ness Monster is a nocturnal creature.
I would literally just do it just so I could camp and do a bit of fishing and hopefully see Nessie. But the issue with these things is they always do it just for a night or two. And I'm not criticising that, it's probably cost and everything, and permissions and permits. But ideally, you need someone out there on a boat with a teammate on the shore, and they do it for weeks or months, like I said. I know it costs, but if you really, and then correlate all the information you get over the course of weeks, you'll see what evidence you get from certain areas so you can focus on it more. When it's all, you know, I watched Destination Truth, fantastic show. Fact or Fate was a show years ago. We've seen it on Animal Planet. They always do the same thing. They send someone out, they go around for the night with a bit of sonar. Oh, we've got something, and then they disappear next morning. It's like you've got to stay out there for weeks or months and correlate that information, surely. Easier said than done, I know, but that's the way you're going to find the truth. Or maybe they don't want the truth
in the
found.
water. Boats
Yeah.
coming up and down the loch. Night time, peace and quiet.
So before we set Alan's baited trap, it was time to check out all their nighttime equipment.
This one's the night vision camera, right? Oh, this basically looks like daytime. Back in the day when Nessie hunting started, there wasn't technology like this. So every single year, really the chances of finding Nessie are getting even higher. You see anything, Michael?
Not at the moment.
But if we want to attract Nessie and capture him on our infrared cameras, we need some bait. And no, we're not sacrificing Michael. It's time to build Alan's camera trap and send it all the way down to the bottom of the loch to try and capture concrete proof that Nessie exists.
What bait are we putting in this, Alan?
Tesco's own prawns. Salmon fillets.
Oil.
And Alan had brought his underwater microphone again to listen out for any movement near our trap.
And it's quiet now, it's night.
Yeah, that is the best time because there's no foot traffic.
It is really quiet. That's actually quite eerie. Sounds like me peeing right now, but we'll come back and check on that later.
That's what you sound like?
Yeah, it's a bit dodgy, isn't it?
Yeah, revealing that online, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Now the hydrophone was in place, it was time to send down our baited trap. And the spot that Alan chose is where the volunteers had a sighting very recently.
About 3 metres into the water there, these two eyes just appeared out of the darkness.
Oh wow.
It was about 10-15 minutes, it stared at us. We had a massive splash at one point. We're not saying it was Nessie, it was something alive.
Yeah.
And obviously from the size of the eyes, it was something big.
So the team are hoping by placing the bait here, they could attract whatever they saw again and capture proof of it on camera. And we cut a hole in the bait container to make sure Nessie could smell it.
I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
So is that ready to record now?
Yes, it is recording.
Oh, I feel like this is a little moment in history. Watch me fly and I'll end up being the bait.
Is the camera recording, yeah?
Yeah. Got it.
Jesus.
It's like a little submarine. This is so deep. Right, we can't see it anymore, but it's still going. Oh, it's at the bottom. Yeah.
Bloody hell.
Do I just wrap it around here?
Yeah.
Oh. Nah, we wait. What are we going to do if we see tugging on the blue rope?
That way. I think everyone's a wee bit anxious,
Yeah.
but excited at the same time.
Definitely going to capture some if it's down there.
Oh, absolutely.
There was another group of researchers that actually placed a baited trap too, and they managed to discover and capture proof of pikes living in the loch, which is a species they never knew lived here, so who knows what else is waiting to be discovered.
Oh, come on, man, it's a pike. That's a bit of an exaggeration. Pike are literally in most rivers, in lakes in the UK. Me and my father used to go pike fishing because they're tough, they put up a fight, it's good sport fishing. Literally any river you go in. In fact, there's too many of them because they eat the other species.
Yeah.
Happy with anything.
Even just discovering something new.
Exactly.
Like a new kind of fish that came in here.
But now the bait was in place. We were about to capture something on the underwater microphone nobody could explain.
Now we wait
Wait for a bit more.
and listen.
Dave's convinced he's going to get the same result.
Yeah, the hydrophone, no, you could just...
He's no for his heart saying.
And as we got closer,
I'll be highly unlikely, but if you're determined.
What was that?
It sounded like a fart.
There's
if I'm
no
being
boats
honest.
out here.
the hydrophone had been completely normal all night, and whatever that sound was only came after the baited trap had been placed.
You hear the roaring down. I mean, that noise is totally different to that. Yeah, the hydrophone now, you could just...
Sounds like creaking.
I know. What's going on down there? Nessie might just have a bit of gas. Might be after eating the salmon.
And even though the noise didn't come back, whatever creature could have made it may have been captured on our underwater camera trap.
Let's go see the bait. We've had it down there for half an hour now. What's left now? We just need to review
Drinking
the
iron
footage.
brew.
That's it, yeah.
Let's see
Tip
if
of
once and
Scottish.
for all we have caught Nessie.
Could it have been a big fish? Could it have just been a technical glitch? Or was that noise on the hydrophone really Nessie? All that was left to do now was to review the footage and see if there was anything lurking deep below the loch.
I'm not seeing anything just yet.
But I had no idea what our GoPro had captured that I was about to uncover.
Wait, what is that? What is that?
It's Loch Ness, Michael! And even though we didn't quite capture the monster, Sean just messaged me literally as I'm editing this video to tell me he had another sighting on his sonar yesterday. So whatever this creature is swimming deep below the surface, it's alive, as big as a boat, and we're not going to stop hunting until we find out what Nessie is. So subscribe and don't miss the next episode.
Yeah, that was a good video. Yeah, go ahead, like, subscribe, do your thing. Look, just to conclude with the Nessie thing, I think she summed it up well earlier he summed it up on the sonar guy saying it's not a case of if Nessie exists, it's a case of what is Nessie. And I think that's the right approach. I just feel with the technology we have now, the amount of people going out there, we should have and found out something. If it was a dinosaur, we would have found out something by now. Again, like I said in my Bigfoot video. Also, this sprouted other cases around the world, lakes in Canada, in Africa, in Asia, where people say they saw similar things. Part of me says a lot of the time they do this to keep the tourism hype going. Because, like I said, I've driven past it hundreds of times, and over the years when I was younger, it just got bigger and bigger. The hotels, the museum they put there around Nessie. So it's good for tourism, but let's see in the next episode. And yeah, like and subscribe. Thank you.